Impressive. So let's talk about Jay-Z's discography. Jay-Z,
Okay.
number one rapper of all time. Let's talk about his discography, starting from his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. What would you rate Reasonable Doubt on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's a 10.
That's a
It's a 10 out of
classic.
10. Yeah. Well, I
That's
mean,
a
let's
classic
say
still.
a 9.5 out of 10 because I don't like Ain't No Negro.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I
That's
think
the
that's
weak.
the only one I would say I really don't like at all.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of coming of age either. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
that
love coming of age.
yeah, I think
So if
that
you're gonna give me that if that's gonna be a blemish, then I would say at 9.7, 9.5, something like that.
yeah. But I definitely think this is clearly a classic album. I mean, this album, like I said, some of these songs are some of my favorite Jay Z songs ever. Like "Can I Live," 22 Twos.
Hmm.
Those are two of my favorite. The Evils. I like both "Can I Lives." Those are. I mean, I like every song on here. Dead Presidents,
Mm-hmm.
but these are some of my favorite.
Hmm.
Like these are when I think of Jay Z songs. These are like easily top 20 songs. All that I just named
And,
off this one album.
and that's the thing with that album
Exactly.
is I've gone back to that one consistently. These other ones I
Yeah.
haven't gone back to as much, and that's why I was so surprised, kind of to hear or when I heard them, I was like, oh well, I remember how this album was, or I remember this album because I listened to it so much when I was younger. But RD stands up.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Like I said, the only
So
Oh
ones I
yeah, for
skip
sure.
are the same ones I've always skipped.
so then let's talk because I mean, there's a reason why people call him the greatest. So and why he's so impactful. So let's talk about what makes Reasonable Doubt so great. The thing that stood out to me, one, first off, first listening is just I mean he's rapping great on Reasonable Doubt in a way that he may not today. His the lyricism is great, and I want to say he's the first. I mean, I haven't listened to every. I got to go back and listen to everything in those early '90s and '80s. But to me, using the entendres and the double speaking, kind of way that he does some of his lyrics, I think he may be kind of like the pioneer of that, or maybe the biggest example of it in hip hop at this point. He's constantly doing this, like entendres and stuff like that.
I love
Yeah.
every beat on the album too. I mean, out of those,
Me
like I said, the
too.
same two songs I don't like. Out of those, but every other song, I think the production is immaculate. And that's the thing is, I think the production is more of my speed. When you
Mm-hmm.
listen to these other albums, it's really just I'm like, this is not for me, and that's what makes me say like, man, I really must have changed my taste, or I was just following what was popular
Mm-hmm.
to like it at those times. So, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk about that when we get to the other album.
Yeah, this is the thing. You clearly this album is not chasing the radio. It doesn't sound like it. It just sounds like hip hop. It's just straight up hip hop. So I agree with you. I love the production on it. The subject matter, obviously, is uh I think I mean it's easy to say it's like just about money or drug dealing, but I feel like songs like "Can I Live" and stuff like that, and even "Regrets," I think they're deep. Like they're not just. It's not just like
Hmm.
about nothing. It's like he's really speaking to his life. You feel like you really, get to know him, and can either sympathize or empathize with what he's going through in
Mhm.
his life. And I feel like it's great.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a classic. It holds up to me. Stands the test of time. Don't sound too dated. It's good music to me. I love it.
Yeah. So I think there's not much else we could say about that. So when we talk about the impact of Jay Z, I feel like I can completely understand when people say maybe this Jay Z is their favorite rapper of all time, or this Jay Z is a great lyricist. You know what I mean? Or they love the hustler mentality of this Jay Z. Tells in this album. I can completely understand and like hear it. I can get it. But this is not the Jay Z that continues in all the other albums. So I think that's the interesting thing. So let's get to let's first. I mean, well, yeah, let's get to volume one. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get to volume one. So, My Life of Time, volume one, Jay Z. What do you guys think of this album?
Mm,
What would you rate it out of 10, Bryson? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't. I don't like it as much as everybody else do. I feel like when you listen to a lot of Jay-Z fans, they name this one as one of his great. It ain't that awesome to me. I don't know. So I guess
It,
what 6, 7, maybe.
I'm at like a 6. I like there's the songs on here I love, but then there's a bunch of songs on here I just don't want to hear.
I mean, let's go run through the track list. I love the intro. Intro is awesome.
The intro is awesome.
It
cool.
picks up right where
Classic.
Reasonable Doubt is. Yeah, I mean, like I just felt like, okay, this is the same thing. I thought as soon as I hit play on this and I heard that intro, I'm like, okay, this album's awesome too. I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be another classic. The City Is Mine is cool.
No, I love The City Is Mine.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. I like that one. But it's I know what girls like that I really hate.
Ugh.
That's a terrible song.
Terrible song.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
So that's to me the first real skip he has in his career right here. I like Imaginary Players. I like Streets is Watching. I like Friend of Foe 98. I Always Be My Sunshine I do not like.
Ugh.
I mean, I don't like. I mean, I don't know. After that is really where I'm from. I like Rap Game, Crack Game.
I like Rap Game, Crack Game, and Where I'm From. People Love You Must Love Me.
I like it. Was good. I liked it. Yeah. This is where I wanted to talk about with Jay-Z. Okay, so I think about. Let's see. Well, we named a lot of songs though for this to be a 6. 1, 2. We said intro, City Is Mine, Imaginary Player, Streets Is Watching, Friend or Foe. You said
I'm not with you on Friend or Foe.
You not? Oh, you don't like Friend or Foe? Okay.
No.
All right. So then, okay, Who You With? That's 5. You said we like Rap Game, Crack Game, and you said you like Where I'm From.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's 7 out of 14. Half the album, and then You Must Love Me. You Must Love Me is a good song. Maybe it's just mid, but I think it's a good song. So I think it's half to majority of the album is good.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a 6 or 7, ain't it? I mean,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Exactly.
But this is the thing, and I think this is consistent for almost every Jay-Z album, pretty much after RD. The songs that are good are really good.
Right. Yeah.
The ones that I don't like, I either hate them or I'm just like, okay, whatever. And so we just had some great examples in this album.
Yeah. So this is an interesting thing to me about Jay-Z. I'm listening. Came out in 97, right? He came out in 96. And then he starts the album out with City Is Mine, like it's right after. I mean, Biggie just died, and it's like, and it seems so. It was a little shocking to me. I didn't really put the timeline together when I hear this song, just like in a playlist or something. But like, I'm like, man, he right out of the gate just talking about how great he is. And the funny thing, listen to his discography sounds like listening to like an ad campaign all the time. Like he's constantly telling that he's the greatest, and you're like, you almost like listening to it, you like brainwashed almost. You're like, yeah, he's the greatest, and you're like, wait, I don't even like this song.
That's why New York love him.
Well, it's so interesting too, because like I said, so I was a teenager. I didn't hear Jay-Z until Volume 2. I think that's when I grew up in New Orleans, so not from New York. Volume 2 comes out. We used to listen to it all the time. We started playing Volume 1 all the time. We played RD all the time, me and my friends at that time. So that's when I really got into Jay-Z, and really since then, consistently followed him. But it was at that age, in 98, I was 14, 15 years old. So this I didn't hear when it came out. Mm-hmm. And so listening to all that stuff kind of goes together in my head as my intro to Jay-Z. And because RD is so great, and because I love songs like City Is Mine, I didn't even think anything of it at the time. Like it was, like that he was making that proclamation at the time when there's so many other great MCs who, were at the top of their game or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's so interesting to me. And then I also, I mean, yeah, like he's just constantly like even the song "You Must Love Me," like it's just constantly like you're bombarded with "I'm the greatest" as you listen to his album, and I think listening to like that is he says it with such confidence, you almost believe him. Like you really can. It is like easy to believe, right? Like I found that very like interesting. You know, I think this is part of what makes him great as a businessman and as a marketer of himself. He definitely put this idea in everyone's head that he's the greatest, right?
Not just that, but at that time, like I said, so when I was a teenager, and in volume two was the biggest thing at that. It was the second biggest thing to me that year, basically behind "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot." But Jay-Z was very popular. He was all over the place, and so it was almost like he said he was the greatest before, but in 98, 99, he's everywhere at that point. It's like he just became the greatest, or he was popular. We used to argue. People used to argue all the time: is Jay-Z the best? Is it Jay-Z? I used to always say it was DMX. We used to have arguments back and forth, with my friends at that time. And, and we would have arguments about different Southern rappers, things like that. But Jay-Z was always right at the top of the arguments since then.
So at that time, people weren't still. So people were off of Nas. I mean, because like my thing is he's the
No,
obvious.
yeah. People was off. So when, and we'll get to it when we talk about Blueprint, but when Jay-Z said the thing to take over, pretty much everybody agreed about like how his albums wasn't popping and stuff like that.
See, all right, we'll get to that when we get to the Blueprint, but I find that fascinating to me because it just seems so like not realistic. But so then let's talk about. I think. Oh, well, I didn't rate it. I think I would give this. I mean, I think you guys are fair. I would say it's maybe a 7. I like a lot of the songs. The songs that I like them so much that I think they gotta outweigh some of the songs I dislike. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So let's move on to volume 2. And this was to me the one that I really thought aged poorly. I thought it aged poorly.
It does.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It got a lot of classic, legendary songs on it, though. It does.
how y'all
But I
feel
don't know if
about?
that means that they're good songs.
Okay, so then I want to before we even ask you about the whole album, how you feel about Hard Knock Life? How y'all like? Do y'all want to listen to it right now?
That song,
Yeah, the song.
I hate that
I
song.
never want to hear that song
I
again.
hated that song since day one. I never, even when I was a teenager, people said this song was so hot. It was on the videos all the time. I hate that song.
Dang. Do y'all like Annie at all? You don't like that?
I like Annie. Come on, man.
I've never
I like
seen
Annie
Annie
enough.
movie.
Like I'm cool. I love musicals, but his flow on it is so bad. Like the song sucks.
So
It's
slow.
such a. We gonna talk about other rappers, like old school rappers later on. We're gonna talk about EPMD and some like really old school rapping styles. His style on this song, to me, sucks. And people be like, "Oh, it's so dope." I do not agree at all whatsoever. And it's funny because on the same album, got one of my favorite Jigga songs, N-word what? N-word who?
Yeah.
And he raps like a way I wish he would rap way more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, he said it so, man. We know what his deal is. He's just hunting for radio.
Right.
Yeah.
And he got a Grammy from this song, right? And I mean, so I feel like it succeeded. This is what I'm saying. The business aspect of it, I feel like is great. But
I feel like all his radio songs suck though. Every album he has with like his R&B feature sucks. I don't like none of them.
So then, this is a question I have. Why do you guys feel so different about "The City Is Mine"? Does the same thing, doesn't it? I mean, samples a famous record.
I thought he rapped great on City of Mine.
So it's
I thought
just
his
the
rapping
rapping.
was way better.
So it's not the sample. It's just the rapping.
I like the sample more on City Is Mine. I'm not gonna lie, but I thought his rapping was just way better.
Okay,
I mean, those two things together make the song way better.
Right. So it's just the dumbed down flow that you really don't like.
And I don't like that corny ass chorus or the beat. Like I don't like anything about that song. I don't like that song.
That song sucks.
So
I thought I was gonna be the only one to say that.
No, I didn't like the. I don't like the song either. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the song either. I think it aged poorly. I remember liking it as a kid though. As a kid, I mean, I'm 9 years
Of
younger.
Yeah.
course.
On the radio when it came on, I would be like, "Oh, this is catchy," But I do not like the song at all. And he does sound like he's talking down to me. I feel condescended the whole time I was listening to the song. Like, why is he? You sound like he's reading like a children's book or something like that. The way he's rapping, like he's like on some one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish type reading level. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't talk to me like that. Jay-Z really talks to his fans like he thinks they dumb sometimes.
He said he thinks it now.
Yes, he
He
says
does
over
think
and over
yeah,
again.
he thinks his fans are stupid.
But the fans still love it. They eat it up. I don't get it.
Hey man, I mean, fans are fans.
So then let's talk about that aspect though, because like I'm trying to sell to an audience. If this is what the audience is eating up, is he wrong for giving them like if he calls you stupid and you love him for it, is he wrong for keep doing it? What
He's not the only one that does that, man. Your favorite president said, "I love the uneducated." I mean, come on, man. That shit works, man.
Hey, yeah, it clearly works. It clearly worked for him. Like you said, you didn't hear about him until this album. And this song, I feel like is this song along with the other hits on here are big reasons why.
Oh yeah, I mean, because "Can I Get Her" was a huge hit. That was the biggest hit, and that was the Ja Rule launcher. Which is a gigantic. That's a huge song because it was in the Rush Hour soundtrack. So massive song.
Massive song.
And I like that song. That song to me still is good. I really like Ja Rule's part of that song. I really like Jigga on that song.
I don't really like Kenny.
Oh, I still like that song, man. That song still. I mean, it's so overplayed that I can see how even if you did like it originally, it was whack. But I mean, I like the song. I like it. I like the verses on it. Like the beat.
So then let's talk about songs. All right. So then, Hard Knock Life is a skip. If I Should Die, I like the Rangers. I like them on it. I thought they got Jay-Z on it, but I thought Ride or Die was not good.
Not good.
Trash.
We talked about
and what and who.
Yeah, and what and who. Yeah, that's great.
Love that song.
Love that song.
Listen to that song all the time. My wife hates it. I do I rap the whole thing. I try to do the jazzo part and I mess up when he gets really fast.
Yeah, I love it. And whenever Jay-Z's on a track and has more energy and he is going faster, I like that way more than according to hip hop, they always say that Jay-Z's best when he's doing that conversational flow. I don't really know if that's what they're talking about, the Hard Knock Life flow, but I like when he's doing the faster stuff. I like he raps faster on Reasonable Doubt in Volume 1 than he does on most of his later projects.
Yeah, about to say he never hits this. He never does this tempo again.
Maybe Poppin' Tags.
Oh yes, there's a couple of times. So you're right because I can think of, but I wish that I would see this more from Jigga. I like this. I like that type, and of course I love the next song on there, Money Cash.
Of course, yeah. I like that. That's a fan. He just gets on the track with DMX. This is what I'm saying. DMX, Ja Rule, Too Short. Even he was on Too Short with the last album, but like all these people, like even JD, Money Ain't a Thing. Like he gets all of these other assists on this album.
That song was on both their albums that year. And then of course I love A Week Ago. I love that one. That one's never fell off. I like that one. I like the stories. I don't like Coming of Age.
I like Coming of Age because that's like another story almost, and I like it.
Bleak so bad, man.
Why is Bleak so bad? Because I like him.
Because every time I hear him, I be like, wow, I just can't do it. So maybe it's me. I know Jigga's writing these bars for him, or I assume he is, and I still don't like this dude. Anytime I hear him, pretty much anymore. And it's funny because when I was younger, I used to think Bleak was gonna blow up. I thought he was gonna be that next dude. When Bleak come out, gonna do numbers.
We didn't talk about it, but the first song on this album is Handed Down. Is all about him passing the torch to Bleak.
He always said he was gonna take care of Bleak. Bleak is always on all his albums. Bleak is always getting, but. Whoa. Not the guy. There's a reason why his career is not, he's not popping as a rapper despite all these Jay-Z assists. Besides
Yeah.
that,
You
Reservoir
like Can I
Dogs is
Get
a
A?
super classic.
You like Can I Get A?
Yeah.
And Paper Chase is bad. Terrible song.
Super bad.
Skip. You like Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs,
course.
classic.
You like it's
That's
like
it.
that. That's it. That's
No.
it. You don't like Money Anything.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I never really loved it. I never hated it. It's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
I don't like JD, so it's like, okay, cool, man. It's whatever. It's whatever.
That's my favorite part. JD brought the energy to that shit to me. I like his part.
I thought they both sounded very similar. I mean, just the difference in the voices, and it's cool. I don't hate the song. I don't love the song.
So then we named. All right, so we named in what is the first song we like? Money Cash. A Week Ago. I like Coming of Age. Can I Get A? That's 5. And then Reservoir Dogs, Money in the Thing. That's 7 out of 14 right there again. So do you guys think this is better or worse than Volume 1?
I think it's better.
I got to pick?
Yeah, you got to pick.
It's better.
That's hard.
It's better.
You think it's better? I think Volume 1 is better.
It's exactly the same.
Volume 2 got way more classics.
It's got more.
No, they don't. They got the.
But it's.
Bruh, what you mean?
You're right. It's not. We had the same number of songs that we liked on it,
and it's not more classics because Volume 1, the songs on Volume 1 that's popping are really good.
Better. I like Volume 1 songs better. These songs are radio hits. The Volume 1 that like hip hop hits.
But they're I don't know. But
I mean, the ones I like on Volume 2
hip
are
hop
not.
Hit, but
yes, exactly. I mean, the ones on Volume 2 are not radio hits. Reservoir Dogs not a radio hit.
Yeah. But we're talking about the other ones. In What, In Who, Money Cash.
I mean, that was on the radio, yes, but that's not.
Can I Get A?
It's not a radio hit though. He didn't
that's
make
like his
that
first single on this album or something.
I mean, I don't know how many singles he had, but 4 of the songs we said we like are like radio hits, like Money Anything, like I just think, Can I Get A, Money Cash and In What, In Who. Those are all like radios, not radio songs.
Okay. I mean, I don't think In What, In Who fits in there. And then, of course, I gave it, Reservoir Dogs, and was that it? Was that all of them for me? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, any song with DMX was going to be on the radio because DMX was DMX in 98.
Yeah, for sure. So I think I give this a solid 6. And my thing is, I feel like I get whiplash with the transition. I don't like the ordering of the album either, because like sometimes I'm like listen to a radio song, I'm like and then I'm like listening to like a hip hop. To me, it just seems the sound sounds so weird and different. It's just like a collection of singles instead of sounding like a cohesive album to me. That's how I felt. I felt frustrated listening to a lot of Jay-Z's albums because the sounds would change. Like I would love one song and be like, man, and then the next song he's talking to me like I'm stupid. And then I love the next song. It's got a premiere beat or something, and then the next song's got some annoying Swiss beats. Beat. I'm like, I don't. So I would feel. I just constantly felt frustrated listening to these albums. To me.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like I said, I don't disagree with you. I think it's a 6-ish, 7, 6, 7, something like that. I mean, I don't know how to rate it if I hate some of the songs and then I like or love other songs. I don't know how to even give that a fair rating. I like half the songs, but it's better than half. I just don't know. Yeah, it ain't like it's not higher than 7.
Yeah. So then let's say 7. Let's say it's 7. So right now we said you got a 10, a 7, and a 7. Right? That's what we're at. So Volume 3. This is the one people don't like. People don't even talk about this one like it's some great album. So I like the intro, and I love So Ghetto. So Ghetto's got to be, to me, top 5 Jay-Z songs all time, in my opinion. I love this beat. I love his rapping. I just love this song.
I'm a big fan.
And then it goes downhill from there, in my opinion. I like Dope Man, and I like
Snoopy track.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I don't really like the beat.
I like the beat. Oh, I like the beat.
It's
I
weird.
mean,
It's a weird view.
I'm trying to find songs to like on this album, so I think that would probably be it for me.
I mean, Big Pimpin', I like.
Yes, I think
Honestly.
it's been overplayed, but yes, I love that song.
Yes.
So yes,
What you think of S. Dot Carter? You don't like it. You didn't like it at all.
no,
Now, and then I love Hova's. I like Hova's song. The last track. Okay. You didn't like that one?
you talking about one of the hidden songs? Don't they have 2 hidden songs on there?
Yeah, maybe it is one of
Well,
the.
one of them is that Blue Streak song. If we're gonna count that, I liked that song enough. I mean, okay, I'll give that. What are we at? 4 songs?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a lot. What about Watch Me? Oh, I thought Watch Me was okay. I thought Watch Me was okay.
I thought it was the weakest of the Jay-Z and Dr. Dre songs, but okay.
Yeah. It's definitely not. It's not as good as. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, this is a bad album. What do you get? What do you give? Again, So Ghetto is one of my top 5 Jay-Z songs, but then the rest of the album sucks. So I got to give this like a 3.
2.
2.
Yeah, I gotta give
All
this like a 3.
All right. So this is a terrible album. Terrible album. All right. So when we go to what do you, oh well, I like Rock Like Familiar though. So what y'all think of that?
Yes, I love that one. I love that one.
Is that his
There's
album?
a bunch of skip songs on it, but I love that song. I mean that album.
All right. So what would you rate it?
Volume 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's not Volume 4. It's just the Dynasty album. This is
The
like
Dynasty.
Tony compilations album.
Yeah. I love him and Siegel going back and forth.
Mm.
So I thought they just had great chemistry, and it's great. It's a great album. I don't know
Interesting.
how to rate it though.
See,
8, 7, 8.
I'm not as big of a Beans fan, really. I went into this album thinking, people talk about Vinny Siegel a lot. I like some of his albums. I like a lot of his songs. But I really thought that he'd stand out more on this Dynasty album than he did to me. I definitely felt like Jay-Z was
I like Change the Game. I don't love the I Just Want to Love You, but that was the single, so it might have been played out to me.
I like it.
That shit sucks.
Streets is Talking.
I like Give It To Me.
This Can't Be Life.
Down.
I don't like Get Your Mind Right.
This Can't Be Life is another one of my favorite Jay-Z songs right here. This Can't Be Life is gotta be.
I don't like Get Your Mind Right, Mommy.
That's bad.
But I like You, Me, Him, Her. I used to like that song with him and R. Kelly. It was very ironic.
My goodness, we gotta talk about this. This guy has a song on his album called "Guilty Until Proven Innocent," and
we don't have to talk about it.
Jay-Z and Kells not.
I thought this was America, people.
This is
it's pretty bad.
This is so bad. He should go and delete this from his album at this point.
He has a ton of R. Kelly collabs. It is
funny. 2
albums
with this
funny.
dude.
Albums,
albums with this dude. Plus
him
this
Kells
song.
his best friend, dog. They was best
Try
friends.
to charge me, but I'm not guilty.
You can't tell me that this dude didn't know something was going on with this dude. I mean, come on, man.
Didn't he try to get with Aaliyah later or something like that? Like, yo, fam, that's ugh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nasty.
It's bad.
Terrible.
It's bad. Yeah, no, it's
really
funny. They had a video and everything for this. Yo, this song was like they were really making a statement.
I know.
Yeah.
He's making a statement. Why would you want to align yourself with this dude? It's wild to me. Nobody talks about Jay-Z getting away with this. Right? How did he get away with this? No one talks about this.
Get away with it?
Yes.
What did he get away with?
No one brings this up. No one brings up that this dude got the song with this was hilarious. I was dying laughing in the car.
Yeah, it's funny when they came on I was just like, it was because I knew the song was coming too. I love this. I listen to this album. I still listen to the songs from this album a lot.
Yeah.
And when this came on, I was like, I remember listening to this one often. What year did this come out? 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like a junior in high school at this point, a senior in high school. No, I was only like a 10th or 11th grader. But I mean, I played this stuff constantly. And, I just knew it was coming on. I thought this was America, people. I was like, oh, here we go. Jigga Kelly not guilty. Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
It's bad.
Yeah, I just
That's
bust out laughing
terrible.
when I
I
heard
was
it.
just cringing in the car. I was like, "Oh my goodness! Please, no one let me. Don't let anyone hear me play this. It's bad. Oh man.
Yeah, nah, that's true, man, for sure. I used to love Parking Lot Pimpin'. I didn't like it when I listened to it this time. Holla, I hate, of course, Memphis Bleak. 1-900 Hustler, still a classic.
Mm.
And the ROC, Soon You'll Understand is to me like a better version of Song Cry.
Think so?
I think it's better than Song Cry for sure. It's not even close. I think what Jay-Z's saying on it is more
I
relatable. And I'm a Song Cry hater. You're gonna see when we get to the next album. I do not like Song Cry. People love that song, but like it's so emotional. Like, no, stop. Okay,
I do think
this album has better.
I think this is more emotional
sure.
song. If you listen to the lyrics, though, like again,
of course.
And Jay-Z's always, I think he understood by Song Cry that people not listening to the lyrics like that.
He got serious. This album has, and like I said, this one, and then the one, of course, This Can't Be Life. He gets emotional,
right?
In a good way, I thought, on these songs.
Yeah, that's
I didn't really like Squeeze first when I reheard it, and then Where Have You Been? Kind of the same.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I thought that I was surprised by, and even though I know these songs, just listening to the album, like, you get this, there's narratives that get painted about artists, right? And so the narrative about Jay-Z is that he just talks about, money, cash, hoes, and it's not, like anything positive to get, but like he's got songs like Soon You Understand that I felt like he's very in touch with who he is and what he even regrets on his first album. Like, I just feel like he always was, honest and, introspective in how, and what his actions do, the negatives of his actions and things like that. I always felt like, I had more respect for his content going back and listening to it all as opposed to, before.
So just going through that track list again, though, I mean, I still think out of this album, I like this one about the same as what I always felt about this one. So nothing changed for me on this one.
So what is that?
I still think it's still like a 7. I like more songs, but none of them or very few of them are the like the ones on Volume 1 and Volume 2 that I love. I think they're over these, except for maybe 1-900 Hustler and This Can't Be Life.
Yeah, This Can't Be Life to me is the only song that I would feel like breaks into his greatest hits from this album.
I think 1-900 Hustler is a cool concept. And it's really, they got funny parts on it. And it's like, I don't think there's tons of concept songs in Jigga's catalog. Yeah. And I think this one is, it's one of the best ones I think that he had.
That's true.